Hello everyone, I'm Linda Prevette and I'm going to be your instructor for your Math 1332 course at Weatherford College. So welcome aboard. The main thing that we need to look at is how your course is laid out and is going to work. So I'm going to share screens with you and jump over to what you should be seeing when you open your math course in Canvas. So you go to Canvas. If you're watching this video, you've already been in Canvas, and this is what your course should look like when you open it up. Okay, here's my name. Okay, this is the video you should be watching right now. Here are my office hours, my phone number, my contact information if you need to contact me. And here's some general getting started information here. The course is administered entirely in Canvas. Okay, if this is the first time for you to use Canvas, here's some information down here that might help you out. But one of the first things you need to do in the course after you watch this video is send me a photo of yourself holding either a state-issued or college-issued ID. I need to clearly see your face and your ID with name and photo. If you feel uncomfortable about some of your information, showing up, you can cover that up, put a piece of tape on it, cover it with your finger or whatever. But I need to see your face, your ID with photo and name clearly visible. Okay. You can set up your contact method so it goes to your personal email if you want, but you don't have to do that. Okay, that might just be assured you get any announcements or information from this course as quickly as possible, but you still need to check your Weatherford College email address on a regular basis because that's where all of the information from the college will go. Please read over the course outline that you can find either in the module called Getting Started in General Course Information or by clicking the syllabus link that's below or in the left-hand menu, and we'll look at that in just a minute. Basically, you're always going into your modules, so we'll look at it from in your modules page. Okay, so read through this information. Here's just some navigating information. Here's the syllabus link I was talking about. You can find the course outline in, but what you really need to always know, here's the syllabus link again, is you're always going to be going in modules, right? That's where everything is in modules. So once you sign on, you're always going to go to modules. Okay, and it will probably always open up on your first time with everything expanded, and look how much information there is in this course. So a good idea is to get used to this button right here that says collapse all. So it just makes it a lot more manageable, right? And now you can scroll down and just open the specific module that you're interested in. So right in here is that course outline I was talking about. Please read over that. It has information on the course rules, grading information, how the course is going to work. Okay. The main thing that you want to know is this being an online class doesn't mean it's 100% self-paced. Okay, so be careful of that. You can't just lollygag around and then try to catch up at the end. There are certain due dates. Now you can work ahead, which I suggest you do. And in the beginning, it's real easy to do that and work ahead. And that way you can save a little bit of extra time for the more difficult information that students typically find, in chapter 8 and 11. Okay, so towards the end of the course. Okay, so work ahead, but there are due dates you have to keep up with. Okay, and here is an assignment sheet to kind of help you with that. You can also, on your calendar right here, you can also click calendar and it'll show you when things are due in the course. But here is a handy little schedule for you just to see. Here's when these assignments 1.2 and 1.3 are due this Sunday. All your homework's due on Sunday nights by midnight. Now, just because it was due on Sunday and you didn't get it finished doesn't mean that you can't do that homework. You can still go in and work on that homework, but it's going to give you a 10% penalty for being late. So you still need to get that homework done. If you don't get it done on time, still a 90 is better than a 0. Okay, and then notice it also warns you of when your first test is. There are no makeup tests. If you miss this test date for some reason, it really doesn't matter the reason. What will happen is you've got a little bit of a safety net. Your final exam can replace one missing test grade. So that will save you one time. Okay, if you miss 2 tests, the course only has 3 tests and a final, then you probably shouldn't be in this course anyhow. But if something awful happens, and also let's say you're just having a bad test day and you made a 50 on the test, right? Or a 30 even, well, your final exam grade, as long as it's better, can replace that lowest test grade. So even if you don't feel prepared, still take the test instead of just skipping it. Okay, so I can always go back here. If I click previous and next here, it's going to take me to the previous document next. It won't back me out, right? So here's the course outline I was talking about that I would like you to read. Okay, and we can go next, and it goes right back to that assignment sheet and next. Now, if you want to back out, you go back to modules. Okay, now here's a course overview, information about myself, course expectations. You can look through all of that stuff. The calculator procedure, this course does allow calculators, and you don't have to purchase a calculator if you already have one. Personally, you can use any calculator except the one on your phone or the TI Inspire. Those 2 calculators are banned. And if you need to purchase a calculator, don't go get a $100 calculator. You do not need a graphing calculator for this course. It simply needs to be scientific. Okay, and what that means is if you see like the word sine, cosine, SIN, COS on a couple of the buttons, it's a scientific calculator. But more specifically, look at the screen. You want one with a wide screen, like a graphing calculator screen, versus the narrow screen that only holds 1 row of numbers. That's because in chapter 8, we're going to be entering some massively long formula into the calculator, and it's just really nice to look across and be able to see our formula left up on the screen so we can look for typos and things when we hit that and enter answer. And it's easier to edit things like that, go from one problem to the next. So if you do have to purchase one, look for one like that, and they're about 15 bucks. I used to say 12 to 15, but I'm going to say now they're probably 15 to 18. Okay, but around 15 bucks, you can get one like that. Okay, here, if you need any technical help for your computer or anything, that not to do with this course, this just gets a tech request for the college technical people. Right, and they're great. They can help you with your phone, any software problems, laptop problems, any technical issues you're having. This will submit a request directly to them. I just put that in there for your information. Okay, so now I'll come back to this practice scratch work submission. Okay, let's go into the way the course is going to work. Okay, notice this is test 1, lecture, videos, and homework. And then we've got problems to accompany my test 1 videos, some optional videos from Pearson for chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, and then test 1. Okay, that's the way the course is laid out. After the test 1, you've got test 2 lecture videos and homework, problems to accompany test 2 videos, some optional videos from Pearson for 8 and 9, test 2. Okay, then test 3 lectures and videos. Okay, so all of your homework are in these modules and your lecture videos. So if I expand this, notice Prevets chapter 1.2 video. So I can go in, I watch that video, that equates to you coming to class, right, and getting your lecture and the information you need to work the homework. And then right below it is your homework assignment. So you're going to watch a video, and then you're going to go in and do your homework. And we'll look at that in just a minute and how that's going to work. Okay, then you watch the video in the next section. Okay, basically come to class again. Go do your homework. Come to class again. Go do your homework. Now, these right here, these problems to accompany my videos, they're just files of the problems that I work as examples in the video. This was actually a student's suggestion that I include those so that they could work the problems with me while I'm working them and not have to stop the video so much and write down all the, just information on the problem. So I encourage you, if you have any ideas or suggestions to make the course better or easier for you, please let me know. I like to incorporate anything that is helpful. Okay, these down here are optional videos from Pearson. So if you want to watch them, if you need some extra guidance or my video wasn't really clear, then you've got some optional ones from Pearson, but I really encourage you to watch mine. Mine are geared specifically to what's going to be on your homework problems and therefore test problems and what you need for the course, as opposed to just general video over the entire section possibly. Okay, so you're going to watch the video, okay, and then you're going to open your homework. And the very first time, only the first time you open it, you're going to have to agree to their terms, right? Because now what's going to happen is you're going to leave Canvas and go into mylabs, okay? Again, the first time, if you have purchased an access code from the bookstore, you click this and it'll tell you to enter your access code. This will only happen the first time. You can buy it right now if you have a credit card. That's by far the cheapest, easiest thing to do. If you have access to a credit card, is just click buy now, and then it'll take you over to enter your card information and you're done. Or you can pay later. And that's what I'm gonna say I'm gonna do, since I don't really need to buy this, okay? And pay later will give you 2 weeks of free access. So if you're waiting on a paycheck, if you're waiting on financial aid or something like that before you can afford to purchase this, it's about 110 or 20 bucks, okay? And you don't have to buy the hard copy of the book. However, if you want to, I'll go down and show you where you can do that, but you'll have access to the electronic version of the book once you buy this code, okay? So you'll get 2 weeks free if you choose pay later. And then in 2 weeks, it'll pop up one time and say, hey, you can't access this anymore until you purchase the code. Okay. So let's keep going into the course. Okay, and so here's your first homework. Notice it's over 1.2. Okay, there are 18 questions. Let's just choose one. Okay, notice down here, you have some links. Help me solve this. If I choose help me solve this, it's going to give me some hints, bring up a text page, give me some hints and information to help me solve that. View an example will bring up the same kind of problem, but with different numbers, and help me work through that so that I can go back and work this one. If I choose help me solve this, it does the same thing as view an example, except it works me on this problem. And then it'll bring up another number for my homework. Or what we are really interested in is this Ask My Instructor button. If you have a question on your homework, go here on a specific homework problem, okay? Go in here and click Ask My Instructor. That will bring up an email message. You type your question. It will send me the exact question you're working on, so you don't have to type out the question for me. You just type what your issue is, and it will send me this question. So don't send me those questions just through generic email. Use this right here, okay? And I can see the exact question you're working on with the exact numbers. Also, you can't say, oh, number 4 on the homework said this. Everyone's number 4 is something different. So use this, it'll send me your exact problem. Okay, so also, this is a big multiple choice. Let me go and see if I can find one just for sample purposes right here. Okay, question 2, round to the nearest given place. It wants me to round this to the thousandths. So let's say I put in 1.7. I check my, notice also when I start entering my answer, this little toolbar comes up. So if I need to enter a fraction or square roots or, you know, any math symbols, it'll be on here and I can get more of them or less if I need them. Okay, so I'm going to check my answer and notice what it said. It says that's incorrect. Okay, all right, well, maybe I needed one more digit on it. Check my answer. Oh, well, I should have paid more attention to the, I was trying to miss it again. But okay, this will work too. Notice it said, excellent, I got it correct. And so it changed, it allowed me to get that answer correct, even after missing it the first time. You'll get 3 chances on each question to get it correct before it counts it wrong. Okay, this one I'm going to definitely miss to show you what I initially wanted to. Okay, so that's incorrect. That's incorrect. Third time, notice it changed to final check. Okay, that's incorrect. It told me what the correct answer was, and it says, okay, you can go on if you want to, but you should not go on. Look, similar question. It's the same thing with a different number, okay? And let's see, what is it to the 100,000ths? So tenths, 100,000s, 10,000, 100,000s. So 74752. 2.74752. Let's check our answer. Excellent, we got it correct. So point being, right, you should have a near 100 on your homework if you're seriously trying to learn the information, okay? You get 3 chances on every problem, and then even if you still miss it, you can get another problem and get 3 more chances. Now, with that being said, after the time you've gone through 6 tries at a problem, you should probably stop and contact someone for some help. We have, if you're able to come on campus, a tutoring center, the Academic Support Center. You can find information on their hours and phone number and stuff right here. You've got 24/7 tutoring right here that Weatherford College pays for you. So you can just click that link, or you email me, right? Or you ask your instructor and you email me. Okay, you can come by my office anytime during my office hours. We can jump on a Zoom call, whatever you need to get you the help that you need. But that's how your homework's going to work. Okay, I think that mostly takes care of the information that I need to show you. Let me scroll down to the very bottom. Let me collapse this so it's not a giant mess. Oh, let's talk about, this too. Practice scratch work submission. All right, so after you work through all of your lecture videos and homework, right? Now, these things are optional for you, just for your personal use, however you need them. The lecture videos and homework you must do. And then notice here's a test 1 honor log. Tests are going to be administered through a program called Honor Log, where it video records you taking the exam and your screen while you're taking the exam. Okay, you've got to, you know, accept some policies, and if there's any suspicion, which you agree to in here, any suspicion at all that you used an inappropriate calculator, that you used any outside notes, that anyone was even in the room with you, things like that, that get monitored through this exam, you'll get an automatic 0. So be careful about those kinds of things. And then you'll take your test here. And after you take your test, notice it says scratch work submission. You've got 30 minutes to upload your scratch work. Now, most of your points come from that scratch work. If you do not upload your scratch work, I don't care what you made on the test, you get a 0 on the test. If you get a question correct on the test, but you do not have scratch work for it on your scratch work that you upload, you don't get credit for that. You only get credit on the test, on the work that I see on this paper that you upload, and you have 30 minutes to get it uploaded. Okay, so just to make sure that you know how to get a piece of papers uploaded, here's a practice scratch work submission. So, you know, in the first few days, sometime well before the test, go in here and make sure you can upload a paper. And it can say anything. It can, you know, be a, hey, Miss Prevette, or whatever, or, you know, a page of your homework. It's not going to count towards anything. It's just to make sure you can upload that, that paperwork so that you can do it for your test, because that's where all your points come from. When you finish the test, the grade it gives you is not your test grade. Okay, it will come from this paper that you're submitting. Okay, also try to make it a JPG or PDF format. There's, even though I have a Mac, there's something weird that a Mac saves it in that mine won't open. I don't know. And there's a IEIC that students sometimes send me that it won't open. So try to do JPG or PDF, and your phone will convert it to a PDF. Right? Just take a picture of your scratch work on your phone and then upload it right here. So try that well before test time. Okay. Also, well before the time you're taking the test, advise you to go in. Now you've got to complete each of these items before you can progress to the next one. But I also advise you to go in here and do this honor statement and read the instructions about taking a test well before taking a test, because the Honor Lock program is really kind of weird and it can be flaky. Okay. You're going to have to do several things. You got to have a picture of your ID held up, you know, next to you. You've got to do a 360-degree scan of your room. You've got to show what calculator and papers and things you're using. And just to get all that done, it sometimes, you know, it's not real clear to students how to get it done appropriately. So look at that before you're actually trying to take your exam. Okay, and then you'd move to test 2, do the same thing. Once again, optional stuff for you. And then there's your test 2 Honor Lock module. And then there will be test 3. And then there's the final exam. Now down at the very, very bottom, there's some mylabs options. If you are having trouble signing into mylabs, or it won't work for you, anything, right here is where you can go and do a chat and get some help. This is the information you're going to need if you're contacting Pearson, that's who does the mylabs, for technical support. Most of this other stuff you won't need. You can look at your gradebook in mylabs, but look at your gradebook in Canvas. That's where all your grades are. This is just your homework grade, stuff like that. But down here at the bottom, if you want to buy a book, here's where you can purchase a hard copy of the book, but it's optional. Okay, I think that covers everything. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to contact me. Don't hesitate to contact me for anything at all that you need. That's what I'm here for, right? That's what I'm here for. All right. I look forward to working with you guys. Bye. Let's see, maybe if I can get out of this, we will. Now, bye. How about that? Bye.